Okay, so you're here to get smart fast,
That's right.
right? To get the knowledge without having to do all the work.
To cut to the chase.
Cut to the chase, yeah.
Exactly.
So for this deep dive, we're laser focused on your immediate world,
Okay.
the hidden risks inside your own home.
Oh, interesting.
We've gone through a whole bunch of sources, so
Right.
you don't have to,
A shortcut.
a shortcut to understanding the potential dangers lurking in plain sight.
Things we just take for granted.
Exactly.
Everyday things.
Right.
The things that, we don't even think twice about.
Okay.
We're going to uncover some surprising stuff today.
Yeah, our mission is to uncover some really surprising facts
Okay.
and equip you with insights that can actually make a real difference in your life.
Love that.
So to do that, we're going to dive deep into 7 categories of common household items.
7.
Okay.
7.
Yeah.
All right.
By the end of this, you might see your home in a whole new light.
That's a little scary, but I'm intrigued.
Well, let's kick things off in the kitchen with that nonstick pan.
Oh, yeah.
That makes cooking so convenient.
Every kitchen's got one.
Right.
The nonstick pan, a true marvel of modern cooking.
Uh-huh.
Effortless food release, easy cleanup.
It's become such a standard.
It really has.
Yeah, but that convenience comes with a catch.
Oh,
When these pans get too hot,
okay.
they can release some unwelcome guests into your kitchen air, like perfluorinated compounds.
Oh, I've heard of those.
PFAS, you might have heard of them, called forever chemicals.
Yeah, the forever chemicals. That's a scary name.
That forever part is really key here.
Oh, why is that?
These substances are incredibly persistent,
Okay.
meaning they don't break down easily in the environment or in our bodies.
So they just hang around?
They hang around, yeah, and it's that chemical structure,
I
those
feel you.
carbon-fluorine bonds, that makes them so resistant to breaking down.
So strong.
They're strong bonds, yeah.
Yeah. So what does that mean for our health?
Well, our sources are saying that there's a growing body of evidence linking PFAS exposure to some serious health concerns.
Like what kind of concerns?
Liver damage,
Oh, wow.
thyroid issues, infertility,
Oh, no.
even certain types of cancer.
That's really serious.
It is. And what makes it even more concerning is how silent this exposure can be.
What do you mean?
You don't know it's happening.
Like there's no smell.
No smell. No visible sign when these fumes are being released.
So you just wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
That's really worrying.
Right. And there's this common belief
Okay.
that these pans are only a risk if the nonstick surface is damaged.
Yeah, like if it's flaking or scratched.
Exactly. But
Okay.
actually,
No.
our sources are saying that simply overheating the pan
Oh.
can be enough to release these compounds.
So even a brand new pan.
Yeah, potentially.
Huh. So it's really about how you use it.
Exactly.
Interesting.
It really highlights how sometimes these advancements
Yeah.
that are supposed to make our lives easier
Mm.
can have some unintended consequences.
Unforeseen consequences.
Right. So let's move to another item
Yep.
that's become very ubiquitous, especially in recent years.
Let me guess. Hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer, exactly.
I knew it.
It's become a constant companion.
It has. It's everywhere.
Most of us probably have a bottle within arm's reach right now.
Probably. Yeah.
And while it's been so helpful in preventing the spread of germs,
Especially during the pandemic.
yeah, the frequent use of alcohol-based sanitizers
Okay.
can have some less obvious effects on your skin.
Like what?
So it can actually strip away
Okay.
the natural oils that protect your skin.
Right.
And that can lead to dryness, irritation, and even tiny cracks in your skin.
Oh, I've had that.
Yeah, and ironically, that can actually make us more susceptible to bacteria.
Oh, the irony.
But there's a more serious concern.
Okay, I'm listening.
Our sources are highlighting the potential presence of toxic methanol.
Oh,
Methanol.
yeah. Isn't that dangerous?
It is in some lower quality hand sanitizers.
Wow. So not all hand sanitizers are created equal.
Definitely.
So what's the problem with methanol?
It can be absorbed through the skin,
Oh, wow.
and it can cause a range of really unpleasant and even dangerous symptoms.
Like what?
Nausea, headaches,
Okay.
and in more severe cases,
Yeah.
potential organ damage.
That's scary.
It is. And here's something else you might not have considered.
Okay.
A fire hazard.
What? Hand sanitizer.
Yeah, if you leave an alcohol-based hand sanitizer in a hot car,
In a hot car.
yeah, apparently it can create a fire risk
Wow, I never would have thought of that.
It's those everyday chemicals
Really?
that can have unexpected consequences in certain environments.
I see. So it's not just about the chemicals themselves, but also where they are and how they're stored.
Exactly. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's talk about something associated with relaxation and entertainment.
What could that be? Oh, I know, movie night
Movie night
and popcorn.
and microwave popcorn.
The classic.
Movie night just isn't the same without it.
That smell.
Right. That aroma filling the room.
All part of the experience.
It's so true.
But there's a catch.
There's a catch.
There's always a catch.
The lining of many of those bags contains another one of those perfluorinated chemicals we talked about.
Oh, no. Not those forever chemicals again.
PFOA.
Okay.
Another forever chemical.
With more baggage.
With more baggage.
So what are the concerns with PFOA specifically?
Well, our sources are connecting it to an increased risk of certain cancers,
What types of cancer?
specifically kidney and testicular cancers.
Oh, gosh.
Also thyroid issues and a weakening of the immune system.
That's a lot to worry about.
It really is.
It's like those chemicals are sneaking into our food.
Right through the packaging.
That's unsettling.
It is, and it's not just the bag itself.
Oh, there's more.
There's that artificial butter flavoring.
Oh, yeah. The buttery
It
taste.
is so good.
It is. But how do they make it taste like that?
Well, it often comes from a chemical called diacetyl.
Diacetyl. Okay.
Now, while it gives us that taste and aroma, it's been linked to a rare but serious lung condition.
Oh, no. What is it?
It's called bronchiolitis obliterans.
Say that 10 times fast.
I know, right?
What does it actually do, though?
Well, it's more commonly known as popcorn lung.
Popcorn lung.
Yeah.
That sounds bad.
It is, and while it's rare in the general population,
Okay.
it's caused significant and irreversible lung damage
Wow.
in factory workers who are exposed to high levels of diacetyl.
Oh, so during the manufacturing process.
Yeah, so the concern is with long-term inhalation, even at lower levels over time.
So even just eating microwave popcorn at home,
Potentially.
that's something to think about.
It makes you rethink that seemingly harmless snack.
It really does.
Okay, let's move from the kitchen and the movie room
Okay.
to the heart of our living spaces.
The living room.
The living room, our beloved couches,
Oh, yes. The couch.
the most comfortable spot in the house.
A place to relax.
Absolutely, but...
Many couches are treated with flame-retardant chemicals.
Oh, right, to make them fire safe.
Right. So what's the issue with those?
Well, these chemicals, while intended for safety,
Yeah.
have been linked to a whole range of health problems.
Like what?
Things like endocrine disruption.
What's that?
It means they can interfere with our hormones.
Oh, wow.
Also reproductive harm and developmental issues, especially in children.
That's really concerning.
It is, and it's important to remember these are complex chemicals designed to change how flammable a material is.
Right. And the exposure isn't just limited to when we're sitting on the couch.
Oh, no, why not?
Over time, these chemicals can break down and leach out of the furniture.
Right.
And where do they go?
Into the dust, I bet.
Into the
Yeah.
dust,
Ugh.
which means we could be inhaling them on a daily basis.
Yeah, that's gross.
And it's especially concerning when you think about
Yeah.
who's most vulnerable in a household.
The little ones.
The infants and toddlers.
Right, they're crawling around.
Crawling around, putting things in their mouths.
Yeah.
Closer to the floor. Definitely at higher risk.
So from something we relax on
Okay.
to something we use to make our homes smell nice.
Air fresheners.
Air fresheners, exactly.
Everyone wants a nice smelling home.
Absolutely. But what are we actually introducing into our air
That's a good
when
question.
we spray those things?
So air fresheners, they often release a bunch of different chemicals.
Okay.
Volatile organic compounds, or VOCs for short.
ERCs, okay.
These are carbon-containing chemicals that evaporate easily at room temperature.
So they just go straight into the air.
Pretty much.
And are those VOCs good for us?
Not really.
What do they do?
Well, long-term exposure to certain VOCs
Mm-hmm.
has been linked to all sorts of health problems,
Like,
triggering asthma and allergies,
oh, wow.
messing with your hormones,
No.
and even increasing the risk of some cancers.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is. And what's interesting
Yeah.
is that air fresheners don't actually get rid of bad smells.
They just cover them up.
Exactly. They mask them with other scents.
Right. And what happens in a poorly ventilated room?
Ooh, that's bad news.
All those VOCs just build up.
Exactly.
So what can we do instead?
Well, some people use essential oil diffusers,
Yeah.
but even those should be used with caution.
Okay. Why is that?
Some people can be sensitive to essential oils.
Right.
So the best thing really is natural ventilation.
Just open a window.
Exactly.
Oh.
Let the fresh air in.
Okay, next up, let's talk about our smartphones.
Oh,
That device that's practically an extension of our bodies.
it really is. I can't live without mine.
Me neither,
But
but
here comes the but.
our sources highlight a couple of potential downsides.
I knew it. There had to be some downsides.
Starting with that ongoing discussion around radio frequency radiation.
RF radiation.
Okay. So smartphones emit RF radiation as they communicate wirelessly.
Right.
And there's research going on right now
Okay.
investigating the potential long-term health effects.
What are they finding?
Well, some studies have suggested a possible link to certain brain tumors, but the science is still evolving.
So we don't know for sure,
Not for sure yet.
but it's something to keep an eye on.
Definitely. But there's another more well-established effect
Great.
that we know our phones have on us.
What's that?
The blue light
Ah, yes, the blue light.
of those screens.
I've heard that's bad for your sleep.
It is. Why is that?
Well, it suppresses the production of melatonin,
Melatonin.
the hormone that regulates our sleep.
Right.
So it makes it harder to fall asleep.
I knew it.
And it can mess with our hormone balance overall.
So put the phone away before bed.
Exactly. And here's a fun fact.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Hit me.
Your smartphone could be harboring more bacteria
Then what?
than a toilet seat.
Ew, that's disgusting.
I know, right?
So gross.
It's a hygiene issue.
We literally hold it to our faces.
Exactly. So maybe don't scroll while you're eating.
Good advice.
And of course, we can't forget the immediate dangers
Oh, right.
associated with how we use our phones.
Like texting and driving? Texting while walking?
Yeah.
All of that.
Distracted walking.
All those things can cause accidents and injuries.
So important to be mindful.
Absolutely. Okay,
Yeah.
last but not least,
We made it.
our tap water.
Tap water, huh?
It seems so clean and clear.
Inconvenient.
So convenient.
Just turn on the tap and there it is.
Exactly. But the reality
Oh, here we go.
is that it can contain a range of contaminants.
Like what kind of contaminants?
Lead, chlorine,
Right.
pesticides,
Ugh.
pharmaceutical residues.
Wow. Really?
It really depends on where you live
So location matters.
and the infrastructure in place.
Makes sense.
So lead contamination
Yeah.
is a big concern, especially in older cities.
Oh, yeah, with those old pipes.
Exactly.
That's a problem.
And you can't just boil it away.
Really? I thought boiling water purified it.
It kills some bacteria,
Right.
but it doesn't remove lead.
Huh. Good to know.
And it seems like our understanding of what's considered safe
Right.
is constantly evolving.
So what was considered safe before might not be safe now.
Exactly, especially for vulnerable populations like children and pregnant women.
So what should people do?
Well, our sources suggest investing in a good water filtration system.
A filter
Yeah, it can be a necessary step.
to make sure your drinking water is clean.
Absolutely.
So we've learned a lot today
We've gone through so much
about the hidden dangers.
in our everyday lives.
Yeah, lurking in the most unexpected places.
It's easy to feel secure in our routines.
And trust the things we use every day.
But as we've seen,
There are potential dangers everywhere.
even in the things we think are harmless.
So the key is awareness.
Right, not fear.
Exactly. Knowledge is power.
It gives us the power to make informed choices.
And take action.
Exactly. So our sources have given us some really practical things we can all do,
I'm all ears.
like choosing ceramic or cast iron cookware,
Instead of nonstick.
right? Being mindful of how much hand sanitizer we use,
Okay.
reading those ingredient labels,
Always a good idea.
and considering a water filtration system.
For clean drinking water.
It's all about taking control of our health.
In our own homes.
Exactly. So the next time you reach for that pan to cook dinner,
Or settle in on the couch.
or turn on the tap for a drink,
Ask yourself what's really in this.
stay curious, stay informed,
And spread the word.
tell your friends and family what you learned today.
Knowledge is meant to be shared.
Absolutely.
Stay safe out there, everyone.
Thanks for listening.